this is my stream, and welcome to who have come to the stream. Anything is possible at my stream. You can do anything at my stream. The infinite is possible on my stream. The unattainable is known on my stream. Welcome to my stream. This is my stream. Welcome to my stream. Welcome. This is my stream. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to my stream.
What's up everyone, Bradley Jack Design here with another lovely Tuesday of designing with you guys live. Today we're going to make something completely different than what we've done on the podcast. On the stream before, we're going to make a t-shirt design for Koby Brea. He is a Dayton Flyer basketball player, so I'm a Dayton Flyer homer. So we're going to make him a shirt, and I've chit-chatted with him on what he wants. So I've got a bunch of stuff sort of already cultivated so we don't spend 6 hours doing some stuff on the stream. So we've got that here. But first things first, I'm going to make the background red. Now here's the thing. So t-shirt designs, you probably want to do in Illustrator because you could separate the colors easier and then make it a lot easier for you to make the screens for it depending on how the print is made, if they're using 1 color, 2 color, 3 color, 4 color. And this is going to be more of a, it's either going to be either a 4 color print or it's just going to be sort of a transfer print. So we're just going to put a red background because that is the Dayton Flyer colors. But here's what we have working with. We got some good stuff we're working with. So I've got this photo of Koby here. I've got another photo of him, a smaller photo of him. I already did some editing to these. I cut out some brand marks because I feel like we're gonna need to get rid of those. So those are gone. I've got a fireball because his nickname is Fuego. He's a 3-point sharpshooter. I have a bridge, which is a bridge from Washington Heights. It's the George Washington Bridge in New York. That's where he's from. If you want me to include something to go with that. Here's also the Statue of Liberty, so we can put the Statue of Liberty in there to go with a New York vibe. And then also, he wanted something that had to do with the Dominican Republic, which is where this is heritage. So we've got a flag that we're going to put on this as well. So I'm just going to save that real quick. Dominican Republic flag. Okay, so first things first, what I want to do and what I envision with this is him shooting a fireball. So what we're going to do is we've got Koby here, and I have this set up as an 11 by 11 thing. Because if you look at actually a shirt, it's about 9 by 11 is a good size. I'm just doing an 11 by 11 so we can go off the edge. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some text on this. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fireball. I got this fireball from Footage Crate, which is great. I use Footage Crate a lot for cool things like this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to blow this up. And we're going to put this fireball here. The reason I have it to be cartoony is because I figured it would be easier to mesh with something that goes in the background. It would mesh better with text because it's a little bit more cartoony. So we're going to go with this. So I have this fireball. So what we need to do is I'm going to put it in a group and we're going to mask it to his hand, to the inside of his hand. So we don't want it to be in front of this hand. We want it to be behind it. And then we want it to be in front of this. So we'll fix that. So really I want this to be in the front. And then I can go in group, select what I want to mask out. And I can just mask it out like this. And then I want to mask out his thumb. So I'll just mask that out and then we can put it back in. Now I don't have this to be the exact same size as the basketball because I don't think it really matters. I mean, it's a cartoon flame, so like hopefully nobody's going to be too nitpicky on that. So we're going to go in here. We're going to do some stuff in Illustrator today, which is going to be fun. Usually just hang out in Photoshop, but we're going to do some cool text stuff in Illustrator. And we'll do some general lighting like we usually do on this as well to make it look like it's more realistic. Because like this right here right now doesn't look great. So we can go in and we can fix some of that. I'll just put the hardness down and then we'll set this to like 50% just to get a little bit of like an overlap on it. So now he's got this fireball. Now I can move this fireball wherever I want. So maybe if we want to make it a little bit smaller, move it over. We can put it like that. Okay. That's all in good. So what we need is we need some text to go on this. I played around a little bit with how I wanted this to look. So it should be quick for me to show you. We'll open up Illustrator real quick. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put a really sporty looking text on there. Give it like that nice college feel. It's going to be similar to how the Bears is on here. Let me make just a new file. It's 9 by 11. And then we'll move this over so you can see what I'm doing. All right. Okay, so here's what we want to do. So I want this to say Fuego. So I'm just going to draw a box. I'm going to type in Fuego. The text, the font we're going to use is called Hitch Route. And there's a serif. I like the sans serif. We're going to use that. And then we're going to move in the tracking just a little bit. I'm going to hit Shift Command O to turn those into outlines and blow it up. And then we're going to go to Effect, Warp, and we're going to warp it. So we can do arc. I don't like doing arc because it does this. You can arc it vertically or horizontally. So what I like to do to get that effect is you arc the lower. I'm going to do -20. So then it looks like that. And then I'm going to arc the upper. And what that does is it doesn't curve it out. It just basically shifts the middle up. So I have this nice text here that says Fuego. So I'm going to go to Object, Expand Appearance. So then it will look like this. And we're going to make this black and white with a thick outline of like 5. So that already looks like some sort of college shirt that you could get. we're going to do something a little different. We're going to copy this. I'm going to object, expand appearance, and then I'm going to hit this button, which is going to unite them all. So now we have this, basically it's the same thing, it's just behind it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it, paste it, make it a little bit smaller, move it inward a little bit like this, and then I'm going to use a blend on it. So we're going to go to blend options, and there's a bunch of different ways to do this. I'm going to do it 100 steps, and what that means is it's going to move 100 steps in between these two objects. So when I blend them, it's pretty much a straight line. Now it's not a straight line, but if you zoom in, you can see all these jagged edges. I think there's a plugin I might have that can fix that, but I'm not going to worry about it now because we're tossing it in Photoshop anyway. So then I can put this Fuego text back where it was, and now we have this cool 3D collegiate looking Fuego text. I'm going to copy that and we're going to paste that in here. I'll just paste it right here, pasting a smart object. So now it says Fuego. So now here's the question. I want you to be able to see the word Fuego, but I also want Koby here to be the main figure in this. So I need to play with where this is, because you know it could be just way up here and say Fuego, but then we're really limiting where he is. And he's way down here. He's the subject. I want his face to be like dead center. So I want it to be like this, but I want you to still be able to read Fuego, which you kind of can do. So let's make everything a little bit smaller. Kind of like this. So it kind of says Fuego. You can pretty much read it. You know, maybe we move it up and down so it's like that, so you can still read Fuego and you can still see everything else on here. I think if you look at other shirts that exist, some things are covered up and not that big of a deal that's what we're doing. So now what do we want to put on here? I'm going to actually put this up here. I'm going to combine these together. Just save Koby. And then we're going to mask this up kind of like this. So we've got sort of a quarter, like a cowboy shot on the way up. Man, I'm just getting all sorts of terrible notifications I do not care about. So I've got this bridge here. So this I cut out pretty quickly. You can see it's not all cut out. That's fine, those are where the highlights are. I'm actually going to give this a color overlay of black. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to make it so whoever's making this, it's pretty simple for them to print. What's up, Lexi? So I'm going to put this on here, sort of just like as a background textural element. So we've got Fuego, we've got Koby himself. You know, maybe we can go in and clean up some of the edges of this so there's no glow. So let's do that. So like there's this random glow to this, but I don't want that. So we're just going to select and mask, and let's see if I can just kind of pop these on here. Yeah, kind of like this. Just going to quickly draw around the edge. Oops. Breaking stuff. I don't need it to be smooth at all. I think that's fine. Actually, no, I want it to be a little bit smooth. Can hit OK. And there. That'll crop out most of the red that I thought was being a little bit of an issue. Let's see. What do I want to do next? So for this, what happens if I group these together? What happens if I give this like the same stroke? You know, I'm trying to figure out. I want this to be somewhat cartoony, but then I also want it to be like just like a normal looking shirt, you know? Here's what we have going on now. So I think that it's sort of binding things together by doing that. Kind of hard to see Fuego in the background. We can fix that. The bridge, we're going to have to figure out where it ends, because it obviously can't end like that. You know, we could just do like, oh god, what was that? That was weird. We can do a gradient in, you know, just kind of like this. Which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. That's not really what I want. But we'll do that for now and see if we like it. See what we can fix. I like this photo. I want to have some sort of composition on here. So, you know, if he's down here, he's right here. You know, it's sort of hard having this middle composition with just one other photo. I do have some other photos, so we might put another one on there. Let's take a look in those actually real quick. Don't mind me, I'm just looking at random photos of this player. There was a photo of him. He sent me some specific photos that he liked. We might put this one in actually. So there's this photo too. He liked. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop both of these guys out because he's guarding someone, and like I would have to add his arm in. He would just look weird. I'll just make this guy like black or white or something like that, or maybe gray. So it's just sort of him guarding. I think that might be a good idea. So let's cut this out real quick. And you know we're using our beloved tool.
Quick select.
Wow. Just hitting the wrong buttons. We're going to cut this out real quick, and hopefully I can do this without taking up too much time. Just because we don't want to spend 20 minutes cutting out a photo. Got Deron Holmes in the background, A10 Rookie of the Year. It's going to be a lottery pick in a couple years, so get ready for new incessant me tweeting about people like Obi Toppin. Alright, so let's cut this out. I can show you this cool new way I've been cutting out hair, which is awesome and way better than what I've previously done. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out, we're just going to go like this. Hair. We're going to fix it later. I don't really care about this guy. I just need it to kind of look like a basketball player because we're going to cover this all up with like gray. We might not even use it in the end, to be honest, but I think it'll be a nice third member of our sort of Three Musketeers of a composition. Basketball, sure, great. We're using color aware, that's good. I had object aware on earlier and I was just like, I don't like this. I just don't like how it works. We're doing that instead. So we're gonna cut this out. So I'm just using the eraser tool. And then I'm just holding down the option key to add pink, which is going to be the outside of the mask. And then if I want to add to the mask, I just click regularly and drag. So I just always have my finger on the option key so I know what I want it to do, because the option key inverts the selection. It makes it a minus. So I actually want this to be plus. I think this actually might look pretty cool with him guarding someone. And again, he sent me this specific photo, so I think that's what he wants. So we'll put it on there. All right, so we're gonna put this here, drop this down. What is happening? Let's see here. Cut out the foot. What's up, Chris? A little bit of a different one today. Something a little bit more cartoony. If I was a good illustrator, I would actually just illustrate this whole thing in Illustrator. That way it would all be vector. And then they could figure out how they wanted to print it. But I don't know exactly who is printing this or how they're being printed, so I'm just kind of making something that I think looks cool and should theoretically work on a shirt, and then if there are issues down the road, we'll cross that. Fix that. His leg's a little cattywampus right here. Just quickly fix that. Don't care about that. All right. Up to the actual person we want to cut out. As you can see, Quick Select did a pretty decent job. All right, so we got Koby's hair here. We're just gonna do this. Poof it out. I'll show you why later. And then just draw on his arm. Draw here in his arm. You got Deron Holmes in the background, so it's kind of blending into his jersey. That's why that's doing that. Whoops. Accidentally. Uh-oh. Photoshop's getting hella mad at me. Alright, that is jersey. This is jersey. This is jersey. It's a good thing about jerseys is they're pretty fluid, so you can just kind of, you can fake the funk and no one will notice. All right, we'll drop down here, swipe that, right here. Let's get this hand in. I'm pretty decent with this quick select and this brush, figuring out where things are supposed to go. And then we'll take a look at what this looks like in the background. We might have to do some fine tuning of some stuff. And obviously we're going to have to, you know, fix that. And get his foot. Just gonna hold down Shift to go straight across because he's on a flat surface. And then we'll kind of go like this. All right, we'll go like that. Back up. Oh yeah, I thought that too. It's I think it's Northern Illinois. The Northern Illinois Huskies. The uniforms are the Chicago Bulls uniforms. Like, that's what their uniforms are. All right, so we're gonna crop this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it. I'm gonna take this bottom layer and I'm gonna set it to 20%. This top one, I'm gonna combine together, which doesn't really matter. Actually, really, I'm gonna group it. We're gonna go up here. I'm gonna make a new layer. Why does that look so weird? It's kind of weird. I'm just gonna fill this with white. You can see where all this stuff we need to fix is, which is not great. Well, I have to do a pretty good amount of fixing actually. We'll figure it out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna erase the hairline like this. We've got the background set to 20%. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna paint back in that hairline. Yeah, it's the swap meet version of a Bulls uniform. So I have this brush I made. Hair stuff. I have this brush I made from James Harden's beard. So I use this for hair now. This is now my hairbrush to get more realistic fuzzy clippings of hair. So I can go in here and just keep clicking, get all these different areas where hair is poking out, make it larger, make it smaller. And basically follow it like this. And it makes it a lot easier to clip hair out. I don't need to really clip it out. I just have this brush that I can paint back in, and it's gonna have a more accurate representation of what that edge is going to look like. It's pretty fractally, because it's hair. You know, so I can do that. So if I get rid of the background, this is now what the hair looks like cut out. Which actually looks pretty decent. You know, I can go in here and give these guys a little bit of a haircut here and there. But it makes life a lot easier using that kind of brush. So I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna modify, hold on. Select, there we go. Modify, contract. I'm gonna contract just 1 pixel. And mask that, and that's gonna get rid of most of the issues. But there are other spots I didn't touch that we need to fix. So we can do that. So I'm just gonna mask those out real quick. And that's not something we need to do because this is gonna be on red, so you're not really gonna see this edge, but I know it's there. And there's also some funky spots from the quick select that we didn't hit because we were rushing. So we can get rid of sort of this fringe, whatever that mark is there. You know, this mark here, you know, it looks like he's got mumps on his leg or something, so we'll just shave his legs real quick. You don't know where his leg actually ends and where it actually starts. How would you ever know how large his calf or how large his lower leg is? You don't know. Nobody knows, just make it look smooth. That's pretty much what I do. All right, so this is a train wreck right here. Shin bones are supposed to be straight. That's better. Again, I don't care about this guy at all, but this still needs to be somewhat smooth. Here, we'll give this guy like chicken legs. Just for fun. Cut that out. Tony Huynh would probably cut those out, so we'll cut that out. Okay. Let's do some quick editing to this. We'll just do BJD2. Just gonna do a bunch of stuff. We'll duplicate the bottom layer, set it to color. We're gonna take these, create a clipping mask, and we'll just make this a little bit brighter. But we mainly want to make the bottom areas brighter. Okay, so we'll save this. I'm just gonna save this to my desktop as Koby defense. We'll go back here. We will right click this, replace contents, Koby defense. And we'll figure out what to do with this later, honestly. All right, we just took 10 minutes to cut that out. Let's add his name in here. So let's add something similar to this Fuego. So I'll just do it in here. Let's add his name. There's a couple different ways we can do this. Because like I can just go in here and just type his name in. I already have this font on here, which is good. So here's the thing. I want to have this small Koby in front of this text because we know who this is and we know that this is his name. So if I have his name like this and have it like that, you can read that that says Koby Brea. Then we can put a nice circle here in the middle. And let's give this a nice stroke up here. That's the same as this pretty much. So it needs to be a little bit larger. Let's do 25. And we can add like number 4. Because he's number 4. Does he want that? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he says. But then I want a handwritten font. Let's do like, do I have like a sign painter font? Let's do this. Something like that. We can do number 4. Put that in here. And then we can take that pound symbol and apparently not do anything with it. Hold on. Pound symbol. I don't know why I copied the pound symbol. You can just type it in. It's the same amount of keys hitting it. So this is going to be smaller, so we'll make this like 48. So we've got number 4. Bump this up a little bit. Now that doesn't seem to fit with everything else, and that could be because of how Koby is there. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this a backer. And I was going to do this in Illustrator. I'm just going to do it in here now because we're already here. We can do something like this where it says Koby Brea. But I think what I'm going to do is make this the same. This is a nice fat stroke on it. Kind of like that. We'll make this text black. You can still read that that says Koby Brea. Then we'll take this ellipse. And then, see, I can't do the cool thing as easily in here, but what I can do... So let's do it in Illustrator, actually. Let's copy all this. Can I paste this into Illustrator? I don't think I should be able to do that. Okay, I can. All right, we're just going to recreate it real quick in here because it's going to take like 4 seconds. And I can go like this and make sure it's the exact same. How about that? All right, so make this smaller. I'm just going to hit Command Option. I'm just going to split these up. We can put Brea over here. We can put Koby over here. Make that circle again. I think the circle works well because it's sort of reminiscent of basketball. Okay, maybe we stretch this out a little bit. Oops. These aren't grouped together. Group. Group. Okay, so now it says Koby Brea. Might need to be a little bit off. It's fine. We'll do text again. So we'll do the number 4. And the text we had was this. We'll take this guy, make it smaller. It's just a lot easier to manipulate text in Illustrator. Number 4. I was using the italic one. In the other version, we'll just use this. Move Brea to be like that. Move Koby to be a little bit like that. Better. Okay, so now we're gonna make a copy of this, and we're gonna make it black and white, and then we're going to object, expand appearance, and then we're just gonna make it look like that. Copy and paste it. Actually, no, I don't want to copy and paste it. I want to take this, duplicate this to be the exact same. Because I want these to move down the same amount. So what we're going to do is we're going to expand the appearance here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste both of these, move them down a little bit, and make it a little bit smaller. And you can't really see what I'm doing because it's all black on black. I'm going to take this, set a blending mode to it, object blend options, 100 steps. That's what we did. I hit Command Option B, which automatically does the blend if, as you can see there. So I can group these together, group these together. I can't group the objects. Group these together. That was weird. I can now line these up, put it in the background, line these up, and just drop it a little bit. And then we can take this circle, maybe move it up a little bit so it looks like that. So now it says Koby Brea, number 4. So we'll copy this, delete what we made, paste it here instead as a smart object. So now it's vector. So now it says Koby Brea, number 4. You know, I want to size this to be a size where you can see that it says Koby Brea still. So I think you can still tell it says Koby Brea there. But it's all centered and sort of fits together. We've got our bridge here that fits in pretty decently now, actually, so it's not too bad. Maybe I'll move it over a little bit so you can see the inner parts of the bridge. The opening, I don't know what that, I'm not a bridge expert. I don't know what that is. We'll move it over just a little bit. Let's save this as Fuego shirt. So let's do the same thing with the Statue of Liberty. So let's put that in front of this bridge. And we can put this right here. But I don't want it to, I want it to be the same as it is in the background. So maybe what we'll do is we'll group these together. But I can't give it a color overlay of black because then it looks like that. But actually, that doesn't look too bad. You can tell it's the Statue of Liberty. It's black still. It's actually not too shabby. Let's actually crop it to this box then. And then, oh, these are inside. Sorry, these are in this same layer that Koby is, but you don't want that. We want it behind. So we'll just mask out a lot of this. So it looks like that. So this is what we have going on so far. Pretty nice. We've got this small Koby. I would like if this was maybe a little bit closer. Kind of like this. And then we got Koby doing defense right here. We'll put that in the front. So that's the thing too, is if I put these guys on here, you can't see that it says Koby Brea's name. So let's get rid of that just for now. And let's just play around a little bit and see what we think looks good and looks bad. So I think there needs to be something to crop out this Koby Brea. I could just make him smaller, but I don't want to do that. First things first though, we did some edits to this, but as you can see, his skin is much more different in the other photos. So we're gonna try and match that. So I'm gonna take the reds, add some yellow and black to it. We're gonna take the yellows and add some yellow and decrease the cyans. Really boost the yellows. You can see it does that. I don't need to boost the yellows. I really need to boost the reds and add a lot more yellow. Maybe take a little bit of cyan. That looks closer to the other ones, so we're going to do that. That's good. But also what we're going to do is we're going to add in we're going to add in a curves layer. Not a curves layer, we're going to add in a regular layer, and we're going to figure out how we want to still have this guy in here. So in here, I'm trying to think of what will look good here. Black would detract from that, so I think just gray would work. So let's just do, that's too dark. Let's just do like a 50% gray. And then we'll just paint him. Oh, let's just do this. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna fill this with gray, invert it, and then we can paint basically with an eraser. That way if we need to erase something, we can do it easily by just hitting X to swap our front colors. Like this. And then we don't have to swap back between different brushes, the eraser in the brush, stuff like that. This is just a little easier. So we'll go like this. I'm gonna be a little bit off because again, you don't know where this actually ends and where this starts. You can see some spots that are open in my clipping, which is always fun. We're gonna drag this down here, drag that off. Let's zoom in here and see if we can really get the edge of these shorts. And I'm progressively throughout this making the brush smaller and larger just to fill in more spots or be more fine detailed. So I'm gonna make it real large just to get this little detail there. Go like this. There we go, that's looking good so far. And again, I don't know how this is going to look until we go back into the more final design. But it's him guarding the guy. I think that looks pretty decent. Let's turn this back layer back on, delete the layer mask, set it to 100%. And then let's make this the background. So we're going to use this thing called
Radiant Magic.
There it is. We're gonna lighten it up just to get these shadows. And we'll see how these look. These might look bad. We can fix them with something else. Because the issue is they're on the UD logo, so maybe we won't do that. All right, we'll just save this and go back. So now we got Koby guarding this guy. I'm gonna make this a lot smaller. So it's there, and that's gonna be a nightmare for them to print, but maybe it won't. We'll mask stuff around as we go. Let me make a new layer. We'll put the actual shadows on. So down here I've got foot shadows. So we'll put some foot shadows on here so it's a little bit more realistic. I make a new layer for each of the shadows. And I also convert them to smart objects so I can move them around and manipulate them easily. So these are Dean Davies foot shadows that work out pretty well. Let's give the mystery person some shadows as well. He deserves to be walking and have some sort of depth. So we'll line this up. Pretty good. Make a new layer. Last one. Let's use this foot shadow just because. Hello, the fanciest cat. Hello, Lexi. Also, Lexi. Apparently my wife could have gotten more tickets again today and then didn't. So if someone randomly has tickets tomorrow, I will let you know. And tell her, hello, Lexi would like these tickets. Please get them for her. This is how it's going. Other than that, pretty solid. Got this cool little thing going on. Let's see if we can turn it into a cool looking shirt like this already. You know, we've got all the elements he wants. It says Fuego. Got the Statue of Liberty here, sort of blacked out. But you know, it's the Statue of Liberty. Got this bridge that is very specific to where he's from. But we still want to add in maybe a little bit of some Dominican Republic flair. So I do have this text, which I want to put on here somewhere. See, if I put this in the front and just cover these up, it kind of gets rid of a lot of the, it gets rid of all the depth. So I want to see if we can have this back here. Or maybe it just says Koby Brea, and we know it says Koby Brea because that's who the guy is. So maybe we just have it say Koby Brea in white. Kind of like that, you know? But where would that be? That's the question we have. Also, where can we put this Dominican flag? You know? We have this flag, but it's just like, hey, this is a flag. It looks super placed. How can we do this? I could put it in the words, but I don't think that'll look good. I could put a shape of the Dominican Republic instead of the flag. Put that on here somewhere. That might look good. Fancy's cat. I don't know if I have a promo code right now. I already have one thing discounted. I might do something because of March Madness. It's not a bad idea. So I might do that. So stay updated. Stay alert. I might do that. What would it be? I have no idea. Just thought of it just now because you said that. So I'm going to outline this Koby Brea as well, just to kind of go with the same sense of him being outlined. Okay, how do I do that here? I'm going to group these together, and then we're going to give it an outline. Oh, look at all this crap I didn't clip out. Like, look how bad that is. Look how hilarious all this stuff is. And what it is, it's funny. It's Duran in the background. So we're going to cut that out. We're going to cut all this crap out. And then actually we're going to... See, I want to cut it out from where his leg is. Which we can do. We just need to duplicate this and then get rid of the stroke on the top one. And then on the bottom one... mask that out. So I don't want him to have the stroke. I just want Koby to have the stroke. Kind of like this. I'm just bringing more attention to just Koby. Okay, I thought I did something weird here. There we go. Okay. If we go like that, very carefully. There, now there's just an outline on Koby. There's not an outline on Mr. Gray Guy. So we'll save that, we'll go back, we'll see if the outlines look good. They don't look bad. I think they're fine. Let's go into this real quick. Let's mask out some of these. Let's mask out some stuff. We're gonna mask out some things. What is happening? Oh, I'm on current layer, man. I changed it because I was doing something earlier. I was doing something slightly different. So I needed it to be on a different layer. It was for that bridge photo. I was trying to copy the lines, and it was being real finicky. And as you can see, this is hilariously lagging, so we're gonna deal with it. So I'm keeping the number 4 on there, but I'm getting rid of anything that theoretically is a trademark logo. Just so if he puts this on a shirt, then he can actually put this on a shirt. Nike logos on his socks. Gotta get rid of these guys. Could use the... whatever it's called. Blanking. Content aware fill, but I think this will work just as fine. I mean, these are tiny little details on a sock that only someone who's trying to find something to copyright infringe would find. So we're gonna get rid of it. And take the time to do it. So if I made a discount code for my shop for March Madness, what would it be? I would make it something Dayton Fly. I could do it Dayton Fly related and just say how many points the Dayton Flyers beat Toledo by. That's how many points off. Except we are we're underdogs because we're not playing at home, because that's where the first 4 games are. Because the first 4 is where we were going to play, and then they decided no, we're gonna give it to Richmond because Richmond won the A10 tournament. So here's what we have going on now. Fuego, fire, cool stuff. Let's get rid of the Dominican flags. We've got this stuff going on. Can we pop up our best friend? Best friend in Vado. We'll hop in here. Dominican Republic. I don't know the shape of the Dominican Republic, but that is what I want. Graphics. Outline maps of all the countries, sure. That is what I would like. Pop that open. As you can see, it's taking forever because it's a lot of stuff. Pull open the EPS files, find Dominican Republic, open that, don't care. This is the Dominican Republic. So I could just put something like this. Jeez. This thing is... how this thing was made was... Bomber City. So we could have something like this present. You know, but this looks terrible. Let's take this. Let's... can I get rid of this? Okay. Man, I hate how this thing was made. This was made terribly. No offense to whoever made this, but... like, what is happening? What is all of this stuff? Okay, I messed up earlier. I should have just grabbed this. There. This is the Dominican Republic now. Bam. Black. This is the DR. It looks like this. So, like, I don't know how many people would understand what that is. So I think what we need to do is we need to tie in the Dominican Republic somehow. If you guys have suggestions, let me know. Because I'm still trying to figure out how to keep this text that says Koby Brea. Even though it's covered up, I still want it there. Maybe it just says Koby Brea. Let's do like 110. Yeah, that's way too much. Let's do 35. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make everything smaller. Let's make everything like 80%. Oh, that's way too small. Hold on. Let's make everything 90%. So there we go. Fuego. We got some, issues of where we clip stuff out and then we need to re-clip it out, which we can do no problem. So we're just gonna cut this out. I'm gonna add this back in. I spelled his name wrong. Hold on. It's Koby with a Y. Maybe it doesn't say his name. Maybe his name is up here, just like the Fuego. Let's see how that looks. So let's do Koby Brea. I mean, that looks kind of nice. I like this font. It's a nice font, but we're going to do the same thing before hitch route. I'll do like 55. We're going to put it up here. And I ideally would do it at the same time as the Fuego, but I already changed it. So we're just going to do the same effects. And we're going to see how terrible it looks. Because we want it to match up perfectly, but it's not going to match up perfectly because we didn't do it at the same time. It's also huge. This is also way too large. I want it to be like that. We want this to match up, so all we have to do is just select it and go to our appearance. Let's change the upper to be like 9, I don't know. Mainly the lower is what we want to see to match. So that's about it. So let's do 10 and 10. I want to make sure it's lined up. Is it lined up? It's really hard to tell. It's like the E's not centered because like there's more space over here, so it's a little peculiar. Let's copy this and see what this looks like. Because this might look good, this might look terrible. Smart objects. Let's give the smart object a color overlay of white. And make it a little bit larger. See, we could have it say Koby Brea up here like this, and then we can take theoretically this Fuego and put it in front and put it like right here, because you'll be able to read that a lot easier. But I don't know. I just like this sort of idea of having this on a shirt like that. This is where we run into what do we want to do and how can we do that? So how can we incorporate the Dominican Republic? So what we could do is make the Dominican Republic part of this. And have it say Koby Brea with the Dominican Republic in here. That's plausible. Like we can go in here, we can get rid of the number 4. Like this. We can go into this. I think I have an SVG of the Dominican Republic flag. We can paste that in here. Make it a little bit smaller. Make it a little bit larger. Drop it behind this. Copy paste. Take that. Mask it. But then we want it to be dead center, so we'll do that. So now it looks like this. Koby, Brea. But here's the thing. So we can't see that we can't see that says Brea because of this guy. So we might have to put him behind that. So let's move this up to the top. Let's make it a little bit smaller. And there's no reason for this to be a circle then. We might as well make it a flag. So let's do that. We're just going to take a rectangle tool. I don't know, that's like a ratio of what a flag would look like. And then we're going to warp, and we're going to use one that says flag. And we'll do it 20. I want it to go the other way. Do we want it to go left or right? See, I accidentally did that, which actually looks kind of nice. Let's do that. Okay, so then we'll go in here. Delete this, go in here. Object, expand appearance, paste. We're going to release the clipping max to get rid of that. Dang it. I screwed up already. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to go into, here's what we want to do. We want to take this, put it in here with this. We're going to release this clipping mask, get rid of this, and mask this to this now. Great. We need to make this a lot smaller though. And we need this flag to still be big ol' stroke on the end. And I have now officially broken Illustrator. Congratulations. We did it. It's actually like super mad. Hold on, let me hit some buttons. Let me quit out of Discord, that might help. If you hit enter and cancel on this force quit menu, it does that. Did I hit something to offset a path? I don't know what this is doing because I didn't offset any path. So we'll give this a sec to see what it's trying to do. I hit Command period a couple times because that usually cancels out of whatever you're trying to do. But it's just not responding again. Here's what we can do. Just hit enter, then hit cancel, and look, it's responding now. Oh, okay, so I changed it to be the outline on accident. That actually makes sense about what happened. Okay, we want this to be copied and pasted. Penny's down here. Penny's down here causing a ruckus. I don't know where, but I can hear her. All right, so then we've got this outline, so we can make this a little bit bigger so that we can see what size this flag needs to be. Well, I guess we can make it a little bit larger to fit. I literally have no idea where she is. She's here though. So we're gonna make this just a little bit larger. Oops, that's fine actually, because we want to do that. Okay, here's our flag, so that's good. So we're gonna group this together. Then we want to apply the flag, so then the whole thing warps. It's actually what I wanted to do. So we can put this down here. It's like a displacement map, but not really. Make this a little bit smaller. We'll go in here, we will grab just the black and white one, paste it. We're gonna make it black like we did the other one. I don't need force quit up anymore. We're going to expand the appearance, merge it into, oh god, I'm doing everything at once, aren't I? Okay, I just want Oh, okay. That makes sense. So I'm gonna duplicate this. So now I have this. I'm gonna object expand this appearance, then merge it together, but then really make it black. Then we're gonna drop it down a little bit, make a smaller flag on the inside like this. Take the brush tool and paint for no reason, merge these together, and then I can lock these up together like that. And there, now we have this nice flag. Just gonna move it ever so slightly so it's all black like that. I think I'm just gonna make it a little bit larger. And then move it up slightly like that. Okay, save. We'll go back here. So now it's a flag. Looks better that it's actually a flag. We'll put it here. We're going to just move this defensive Koby up. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Move it up here. I'm just gonna basically move everything up. So this is at the bottom. So this is a little bottom framework for the design. So we've got defensive Koby in here. I can take this whole mask of this Koby and we can just mask it to this bottom thing now. Now it looks like that. So we're just gonna move this over a little bit, kind of like that. And then take this small Koby and then do something like this. You know, I don't know, something like that. Maybe put him to the side, walking. Maybe we like this up here. Maybe we like this little mask that we had here. I'm gonna take this mask. Can I do this? Yeah, color halftone the mask. And then it comes out like that and kind of looks cool. I'm gonna invert it so it looks like that. And then we're gonna flip it around. Which is pretty much what I just did and completely the opposite of what I wanted, right? No, because I want the circles down kind of like this. So that's actually what I wanted. Those be easier to print. It won't be a full gradient. It'll actually be dots. It should be easier to print. So we got Fuego, Koby, Brea. Got a lot of cool stuff going on here. I'm rethinking this. I think I might want to just make this black and white, or I think I might just want to make these white. Man, just select them, Brad. It's not that hard. I think I might want to get rid of this. Save. Let's get rid of this background one. Which is going to be hard to select. Oh gosh. I don't want the... Let's go inside this group object. There. See, it looks a little bit better. Maybe even without the background. Where's that at? Hi. There, you know, maybe something like that. Take that, lower it down here. Maybe we just have it say his name somewhere else, because we've got some balance issues. Maybe we have it say Koby Brea over here. Or I don't know. This is much different than trying to design for me. If I can move this down, because I actually want this to be a little bit lower, then I think we can make this guy, since we have this cropped out, we can make this guy a little bit larger now. And go like this. And then we don't really need this wave anymore, to be honest, because we only had it there because it looked cool. So we can go in here, just delete it out. Really, we can just get rid of this because we don't need it anymore. We can just drop this in. Flag, Dominican Republic. You can drop this down, a little tiny. See how that prints. Probably be a nightmare. And then we can just type in Koby, Brea. Make this a lot smaller. Spread it out a little bit. Kind of like that. Something like that, you know? We'll boost this flag up a little bit like that. I wonder if there's a different way we can incorporate the Dominican Republic. Because I think this looks sweet if we just go like this. Like just this. I think this looks great. We got some elements from New York. We got Koby Brea here. Gonna look balance-wise, defense and whatnot. My brother's messing everything up by trying to FaceTime me right now. Now I no longer hear anything because it connected to my phone, so I can't hear anything. Can't hear this wonderful, wonderful music. I guess I won't. So as long as you guys can hear me, that's all that really matters. We got Koby Brea, we got Fuego. His name down here. Koby Brea. Maybe we move the Statue of Liberty over just a little bit. Just sort of like a balance-wise where we want to have that. And then this bridge, which I think is a nice little element. It's not just like a skyscraper, it's, you know, this is the actual bridge that would be right there. Maybe we can take that outline of the country of the Dominican Republic. This file uses one or more fonts. Yeah, I forgot how bad this file is. I want this. But I want it to be white. So I think maybe we can just place this over here somewhere. See, like I could put this like this. Big white thing. Why is this black? I don't want this to be black. There. You know, something like this. Fuego. And then we take that and we mask these items to that. But these are above. And then we go like this. So now we have some more depth. We've got this bridge in here. I think this is gonna look kind of cool. So let's make this bridge larger so it doesn't have a bottom spot. So we can go like that. Now it says Fuego. But I want to actually have these be incorporated sort of just to the bounds of that. I really need to actually mask out this part. Kind of like this. We'll have to fake the funk on this spot right here. We'll just go like this. So you don't like that. I want the whole bridge to be there. That looks better. I just don't want it to be out. And the bridge isn't supposed to be like a huge part of this, but it kind of is. I think I moved something, so I went ahead and just wanted to redo this a little bit. Like that. Highlight this, go into the bridge. Oh, that's why I did that. Okay, so what I did was I painted out some areas, but then it looked a little funky on some of these dark areas. So I need to not do that. Then we'll mask out this. So there, so we've got Fuego, we've got Koby Brea, we've got the shape of the Dominican Republic behind it. We have Fuego, which we're just gonna make larger in general. Just gonna make it huge. We really want to sell that this says Fuego. We can probably make everything a little bit bigger, but we're gonna make this 100%, whatever 100% is. Because you can tell just by being smart that that says Fuego. So congratulations on that. The reason I also didn't go a traditional route with the flame and put it like that is because I wanted to make sure that if this was a black shirt, you know, it looks, that's the issue though. If we put this on black, it's not going to look good. So we got to figure that out. Hey Matt, we're bringing a t-shirt design. So I might have to make sort of an alternate design. Because you can't put this on black because it won't show up. So if we make this white, you can kind of see it. But then the Dominican Republic has to be a different color. So maybe we do a color overlay on this of like gray or something. Or like red. So then you can see it. Maybe I'll just have to tell him that he can't put it on a black shirt. That's something that you need to consider when making something like this too, which is on me. But if we make this say navy, you know, it fits on navy fine. You can see black on navy. So I'm gonna save this as Fuego shirt blue. Save this as Fuego shirt red. And basically tell him these are the two colors that you can theoretically choose. Now, I'm going to get rid of this tiny little, like I'm sure this is a very important area of the Dominican Republic, but it is a bit funky. So this is what we have. Pretty done with it. We got 20 minutes, so let's just tweak a couple things. You know, we'll resize the Statue of Liberty a little bit. You know, kind of like that. What is that? Oh, that's the bounding box. We're just gonna fix this real quick on this small Koby Brea. It's like part of his shoe or something that is causing this random spot to appear. So we're just kind of bump that out and do the same thing over here. Looks better. Now I wonder if we can do anything like color wise. Let's play around with this photo of Koby. So what we could do, I'm gonna duplicate it a couple times. So this bottom one, I'm going to go into the camera raw filter and I'm going to just completely destroy the noise correction with it. You can't really tell I did anything, so we're going to do it again. Okay, so now we're going to take this top Koby layer. I'm going to add a layer on top of it and set that to black. Going to group these. See, I can hear my music without headphones. Nothing's coming through these. I'm just going to take these off. Okay, so this is light. Make a new layer. Set it to black. Turn this on. Go like this. Set these to dark. So what I'm going to do with these is dark is going to be set to multiply and light is going to be set to screen. So pretty much did nothing. What we're going to do is we're going to put a threshold on it like this. And why is it doing that? That is a good question, I wonder. It's because this is set to screen, this is set to normal, normal. So if I set this to normal, it's black and looks like that. Am I just going the wrong way with it? I'm very confused as to what I'm doing right now. Hold on. Let's convert this to a smart object. Be way easier to see. Okay, so this is what we're doing with this, is we want to get just the highlights. So I want to do like this, and just get the highlights. Save that, go back, set this whole thing to screen, and then it looks like this. Now, it doesn't look how I think it should, so I'm kind of confused as to why. Let's set this to pass through, and let's set this to screen. I think it's because of this layer, which it is. Okay, well that explains everything then. We're gonna do the same thing here with a selective color layer on accident. We're gonna do a threshold. We're gonna put that on top of this here. I'm just gonna convert these to a smart object because it'll be a little easier. We'll go in here and then we do the same thing, but we go the other way. We just want the dark parts like that. And this might look terrible and we might not want to use it. Yeah, like that doesn't look great. You know, we make him kind of, he looks kind of demented. If we get rid of that, we've got the black. That looks kind of cool sometimes, but we're not going to do that. So we're just going to get rid of that and go back to what we had, which looks like this. And then we'll actually go into this camera and we'll get rid of that camera filter we had on it as well. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's checking pretty much the boxes of what he wanted. Really just depends on what else we want to add to this. Let's go to 50. Let's separate these a little bit more. Koby Brea. Let's edit this Koby real quick. Just because there might be some tiny minute logo of the A10 that we're just gonna scrub out. We're just gonna do a little scrub-a-dub-dub. It is gone. I need to do just like a Photoshop manipulation of Koby Brea too. Just because I can. This is what we're looking at. I think it looks pretty cool. Pretty on point. Save that, put this here, save this. Yeah, you're saving that. Save this blue, replace blue. Let's make it black. Let's figure out how we can make black work. So Fuego would look the same. See, what they would want to do though is we would want to make sure that you could use the same screens and not have to redo this. And the only way we could fix that is if we basically put a border on these. We did like a stroke. We did like a stroke of white. But the issue is we have this with a color overlay on it. So I need to give it a color overlay and a stroke at the same time. And I guess print it, they would have to print it a different color. I guess they could print it black and it would actually still be fine. But then it would have this big weird jagged edge to it, which looks weird here. Yeah. Look weird there. I just don't like it. I just don't want to have to do that. I'm gonna tell him pretty much black and blue. Let's save this. Let's find a photo. Athleisure. All items. Athlete in shirt. Yep. I just want a photo of a blank t-shirt. I would like them to have a t-shirt on. Red t-shirt. Man, this is the worst. Unsplash. Unsplash.com. Learn how to type. Okay. T-shirt. T-shirt. And I have to say this isn't going to look good on white either. Do black. So there's that. I already did that. Nope, don't want black. We already had that conversation. Red t-shirt. Hello, I would like someone wearing a blank red t-shirt with nothing in front of it. Something that would be athleisure would be great. Blue shirt. Nope. 100% not what I wanted. Alright. We'll just do this. We'll grab this photo because this is the photo I used before. We'll download this. Toss this in here. Alright, I'm going to save this without the background at all. You can still see it, so that's good. Save. I'm going to quickly fill this shirt in. I guess want to make a new layer. And usually I would use a gradient map for this, but since this is white, I can just fill it in and set it to multiply and it'll look like a normal looking t-shirt. I just need to get rid of this selection. Man, this is just being the worst. Hey, can you tell what the difference between a shirt and a background is, Photoshop? No, you can't? Alright, that's what I thought. That is what I thought. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I really don't care to get this to be perfect. Oh, it fell into place. It listened to what I wanted. Not over here, though. Fix that. Fix this. Fix that. Swoop there. Little swoop, swoop there. Oh god, look at this. Breaking stuff. How's it look up here? Pretty bad. We'll just fake funk because it's a t-shirt. This is just a easy mock-up. I'm pretty sure I have t-shirt mock-ups somewhere on my computer. I can just plug this into and it'll go, oh, here you go. Here's a t-shirt mock-up. This is a person. This is a person with a shirt on, so it's just a little bit better. Probably use both. Alright, whatever. Enter. Great. Delete layer mask. Hey, look at that. See how bad this shirt looks? Looks awful. Alright, so then we'll take the thing and we'll put it on top. And be like, bam. Way to go. This is what the t-shirt would look like. Hey, it looks actually kind of nice. Especially for a college kid. Graphics Burglar website. Graphics Burger. Oh, free mockups. We've had this conversation before. Hello, you. Download. This is when the stream crashes from trying to download it from here. I don't know, I think it looks pretty nice. It just depends on how they're going to print it. T-shirt, PSD. I like this one because it has wrinkly stuff on it. Hopefully with some sort of displacement map. Hey, look, the displacement maps. Oh, dang it, Bobby. Wanted the front of the shirt. Then select the front of the shirt, Brad. Oh, see, the whole thing has to go there? Unacceptable. Whoop. We'll do something like that. And then we'll just take this and just one of these. Save. Go back. Bada bing, bada boom. Fuego. Terrible. Is this a women's shirt? I download a... It just seems to have a... Hold on. Do not update the smart object because the file was not found. Don't lie to me. Just drop down a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. It'll save like that. That looks real dumb. We'll get it one of these days. I think it's having a problem trying to find the smart object for the displacement map. So I need to go into the download folder, and it might say that in the download folder. Displacement front. Good thing I know how displacement maps work. Alright, so we got two little mock-ups, sort of theoretically. To go on here, we got one here. I don't like how the color looks though, so we'll just hit this with a quick selective color because we know what we're doing. There, that's much better. Yeah, that looks good actually. So we'll save this, save. Fuego mockup 1. Go back here. This one's just like that, whatever, it's fine. Fuego mockup 2. And then we'll do Fuego shirt red, which I already have saved. So we'll just turn this to blue. And here we go. I'll save this actually, and we'll save this as like a big file. All right, cool. Well, that does it for today. Something different, something a little more funky. So thank you guys for joining me today. I will see you guys next week. We'll do something super hype. I don't know, probably football related maybe. I don't know, there's a lot of free agencies going on, maybe basketball. Maybe you guys will help me decide, but until then, thank you guys for joining me and making this cool t-shirt design.